This is Comic Burrito Podcast. 10 Days of Halloween. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick. Oh, I'm Nick. And we're going to talk about Basketful of Heads.
Basket full of heads.
There it is.
Boom.
You can tell that I went with a lot of different colors. It is a Hill House comic from
Colors?
DC.
You went with a lot of different
Comics.
colors?
Covers.
There it is.
Whoopsies. There are lots of colors.
What number is it, Cole?
2.
No. Damn it.
We need to do this again.
Oh, whoops. Sorry.
Damn it. All right.
I was hoping you'd catch it because that would have been okay. If you would have caught that.
At least, but then it's like, no.
If you would have gone, oh,
I
it's
thought
number-
because I said colors instead of colors.
No, we
you
could
were
have
like,
kept
how many
all
have
of
you
that.
had?
Oh, we could have kept all of that.
Oh, we still can. It can just also be a right intro. All right. This is Comic Burrito Podcast, 10 Days of Halloween. I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
And I'm Nick, and we're talking about Basketful of Heads.
And this book ranked
10.
10 on our top 10 books of Halloween.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yep, it did.
Or
According to us.
or I disagree a lot,
One of the two.
and I'm ready to argue about it.
Yeah, here. No.
Like now, while you're watching this, like we'll talk in the comments because unfair.
So this is a Joe Hill joint, illustrated by Leo Max, colored by Dave Stewart, lettered by Darren Bennett, published by DC Black Label.
A lot of stuff going on there. I think this is the first offshoot of Black Label, and as this is being recorded, that might not really be a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Hill House.
Or it
The
is.
Hill House
Hill
probably
House might
still.
stay.
Maybe.
You got enough clout that you probably can stay.
Yeah, maybe.
I would hope so.
So this is an interesting book that I didn't know the premise of before I read it, and then it was way cooler than I expected because it is different than what I thought it would be. The cover and the name and Joe Hill was all I knew about it.
Yep. Same.
I didn't know the main character was going to be the main character.
Mhm.
I didn't know what was at all coming. I didn't expect it to be funny at times. Which is not, it's more like dark funny than funny.
Yeah.
But not, I mean, it's like...
But it is pretty gruesome.
Yeah. It's like your slasher 80s where like maybe B to C list horror movie where there's some jokes in it. There's some cool gore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, the only difference is there's not a bunch of like nudity.
Yeah.
That's where it offshoots.
Like-
It's not, because that's what the 80s would have done, was also have a lot of boobs.
Yeah. I mean, there's like the
Just-
tease of it.
Sure.
I think there's sexuality to it for sure.
There's
but
sexuality, but it's
not like some of the other books where it's like just straight
Sex for
hardcore.
having sex and about
right. It's kind of like the PG-13 horror book.
Yep.
Yeah. If you like Stephen King stuff, I think you would like this, which is not a coincidence at all, since Joe Hill is Stephen King's son.
I was like, why? What would make you?
Yeah. Is that real? Yeah. Okay. No, that's very apparent. But yeah, it's a cool book. It's a lot of what I thought it was going to be, and not at all what I thought it was going to be at the same time. So,
Cole has something.
Cole has something.
Did you not like it?
No, I like this book a lot. It's fun.
Oh.
Are we going to talk
I
about
see you're the one that pulled it. You didn't like it?
Yeah. What are we talking about?
We're going to bring this up.
The
What?
axe?
I don't, or the theme of it.
Yeah.
I don't know
it's
that.
still a pretty current book. I don't want to.
I don't know that. I don't think that what I didn't know about the book ruins the book at all. I don't think like it was like that crazy of a thing. That
if you really want to talk about it, we can drop a spoiler cast drop, and we can talk about it.
I'd be fine with that.
Okay.
I don't think it ruins it, but just in case.
Okay. Well, this is going to be the first spoiler cast of the 10 Days of Halloween, so
Just in case.
And we'll do a countdown. 5, 4. 2.
welcome to Spoiler Cast, a podcast.
So the axe cuts people's heads off, but they don't die.
And it's Viking in
Yeah.
origin.
Like a weird sentient weapon.
Yeah.
Maybe it's cursed. Maybe it's not.
Yeah, this chick in this horror story gets a hold of an axe, and if she hits someone with it, it chops their head off, but they don't die.
Or their body. She chops someone's torso too, and they still stay alive. Essentially, it doesn't kill you.
It just
cuts.
But it cuts so easy.
It's kind of
maybe later she carries a basket full of these heads that she.
And if she kills someone, if she were to, hypothetically, then she would take this hypothetical head and put it in a hypothetical basket. And they would name a hypothetical book about it.
I do like that. One, I think it's a cool metaphor for like the guilt she's carrying for the kills, which is neat.
Yeah.
And what she's like collecting along the way, and then she lets it go. I love that she just drops that motherfucking like axe into the river, which means we could have Basketful of Heads 2 with a completely different
And this takes place in what, the 80s?
Oh yeah,
we can get it.
Who knows who would find it?
Yep. Maybe.
Maybe Michael Myers is going to find it.
It'd be an interesting crossover.
Yeah. No, that nails it on the heads though. I didn't read any of the Sea Dogs, which is like an included book. So if you get, I don't know.
The Sea Dog goes between all of the Hill House stuff, so it's not just this book.
Yeah, it bounces throughout everything.
Okay, but I don't know, because I don't think a trade is out at time of recording, so I don't know if that is included in trade or if it's compiled in its own or what.
I think it'll be.
It is a thing.
I would have to assume it's got to be in the trade.
I feel like it was 2 to 3 pages at the end of each issue.
Yep.
It just gives you that little bit, and
it will be available
at the time
this is recording. Yeah.
Cool. Neat.
It's going to be available loosely 6 days after we record this.
Somewhere around there. Cool.
Loosely.
Yeah.
So 9/8.
So grab that.
I would.
I mean, this is, of all the books, I think on our list, this definitely is. It's the most. I'm going to say the word fun, but that's not a great word to use for it. But it's like the most like. It's not as like serious into the horror, where it's more of like I kind of like hinted towards those 80s like slasher style movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's more to that type of a theme, which is definitely refreshing and fun in like a comic form, because I don't think I've read a horror comic book that has more like jokey undertones to it. Maybe I have, and I don't know it right now as I'm saying this, but
yeah,
maybe
there's got to be something.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just
but no, totally. Definitely pick up the trade since it's out soon. From time of recording, it is a lot of fun. I think it addresses a lot of interesting aspects of horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
While getting to do something that would be kind of hard to do in a movie, it feels like something somebody would do for a movie screenplay, but then it just comes across a lot easier and better in a comic book.
Yep.
Because I think it would come across very hokey in a movie, and it would be hard to pull off where it would like work. Whereas in a comic book, it lands a lot better because of that.
You either need a Stephen King budget for this, or you're going to get very C-list horror.
Yeah.
That it's not as good. And I mean, and that's what I think is kind of fun about it, because you have that. I think this book too, like, there's a lot of twists and turns in the actual story that you don't expect to happen.
Nope.
Like, I mean,
we're in spoiler cast territory.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna really pretty much. I just wanted to talk about the axe, I guess. Like,
okay,
and that's kind of like a thing,
other stuff. Like, I mean, we're in spoiler cast territory, so we might as well also just like the family and things like that. Like, I didn't expect the police and the family and stuff to be what they were.
Yeah,
and it's really interesting what they do with the characters.
Yeah, and I mean, Joe Hill, I don't think has really wrote bad books.
Yeah.
And I mean, this one is fun. I mean, it's the only Hill House book that I've read at this point in time. But I loved it, and I feel
like it's like the MTV horror comic book, and not in like a bad way, not like a bad, like if you think of that as a bad thing, but like you said, without the nudity and stuff, and without the blatant language and stuff, that it's the PG-13 classic slasher horror book. That's not like super dark, but still pretty dark.
I mean,
somehow lighthearted about itself. That it's not like a pretty gruesome thing if you think about severed heads in a basket being carried around while other shit is happening. It's pretty lighthearted about it. Where you're not like, it's not like a gross kind of thing. It's kind of like a Jesus, like.
Which I think it works really well as a comic book, because it would be hard for it to be that feel if you were seeing it in like, if it was trying to be a real life like depiction of it.
I think this one would be really difficult to make a movie on, and still and capture that same feeling in the right way. Because like you said, it would have to be like either the perfect D-list cast.
Mm-hmm.
Or it would have to be like really good.
They'd really have to go for it.
Yeah.
So it's great. I love it. It's just one of those special things that I think really works so well in a comic book, and you don't really get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Much recommend.
Yeah, and if you didn't get the singles, I think it works better in trade form anyways, where you can just go through it. It's I would pick it up, because if you didn't pull it, then it's perfect trade.
Yeah, I'm glad I waited to read it all at once.
I am too.
Mm-hmm. Sweet. Well, cool.
I'm glad I got it in singles.
Let us know what your favorite 80s horror movie is.
Yeah. Leave that in a comment below after you smash the like button. Yep. Maybe ding the bell. Ding.
Boom. Sure. But thanks for getting spooky with us.
Ooh.
I'm Todd.
I'm Cole.
I'm Nick.
And this has been Comic Burrito, a podcast 10 Days of Halloween. Spooky, scary. Maybe some effects. Probably not. Whoa, you were washed out. Here's a birdie.
Hurts my eyes.
All right.
Boom.
There we go.